Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. Woo! Amazing. Apple. So today we're gonna do something entirely new. Okay, we're gonna do something new, and it's gonna be tutorial on how to draw, because some people don't know and some people want to know and some people already know, but it's just a tutorial. Oh my god. So today we're going to go through drawing people, and I'm not going to show you like, oh, this is how you draw the eye exactly like this, and you do like this, and then you do like this, and you do like this, and then this, and then this, and then you have this, and then there's this, and then this, and then you have this, and then oh no, it's not that type of tutorial. It's gonna be spit on my screen. More of a how you can learn to draw and how to make things like more anatomically correct, if I say that right. Anatomically, it's like it looks more correct, so you don't have like this huge head, except if it's in your art style. Like you don't have this huge head and this giraffe neck, and then you have like shoulders that go straight like this and like go down. Like of course you have art styles, but if you're trying to make something look kind of like, oh, it is supposed to be like this, then I got some tips for you. So the one basic thing that a lot of people should know when you start drawing, of course you can just start by, oh, I'm just gonna outline the face, and I know that here goes the nose, and it will go like this right here, and then you have this brim, and it will go just about here and around the corner, around like there, and then you start like this. Of course it's a possibility, you can do it, but like then you have to have done a lot of, what is it called again, like reference drawing, so that you know the exact way a face and a head works. But for immortals like me, I find it more easier to draw when you start like the basic thing. You start with a circle, start with a good circle, and I'm not going to go through, oh, one circle is the head, and one circle is half the neck, is the start of the body down to the nipple, and this and this and this. No, that's not how I do it. This might, like, down the road as I get older, look really weird. But what I do for now, of what I learned, is like start with a circle, like an oval. You pin down. Here are the eyes. The eyes should be around here. And then you pin down like, oh, here is the center of the face. Then you will have the nose and the mouth. Like, you'll know where shit goes, right? You're not that dumb, yeah. Just kidding. So that is how things work. Then you have the ear that kind of starts. If you take the eye and you drag back, that's where the ear starts, and it goes a little bit up, and then you have that, like the end of the eyebrow is where the ear normally ends on the top. Then of course you have the jaw. And something I noticed I do really often is I tend to make the space between, because let's say you have a lip here. It's like a beautiful lip that has a lot of lines, because I really sucked at that side. You have this lip, the cupid's bow, end of the lip, right here, and then you like have under the lip. And I tend to draw, oh, like this. Oh, there is the end of the chin. No, you have to think that the chin actually takes up some space. It isn't like this. Like this, even this might be too low. You have to consider that there is a lot of space between here and here, and also between here. It's not like before I used to draw like this is the nose, and then you had a lip right underneath, and then this one, and then the chin was like here. It was like so smushed up. And tips, don't do it. Use references. That is the biggest tip I got. Use references, draw for references, and usually if you've drawn a sketch, take a break, like take 1 hour off, or like get away from your drawing so that when you come back you might see your mistakes. Or also flipping the canvas. I haven't configured my because I got a new PC, and so flip horizontally like this. You just flip your canvas and then you will see, like here already I see some mistakes, like this eye is too high compared to the other one. So like you start seeing already mistakes from just flipping the canvas. So that is a good tip, a hot tip, a good tip, flipping the canvas. And then afterwards, using references is quite smart. I used, on one of my videos, I used reference of myself, where I was like laying in the sunlight and be like, ooh, I got bedroom eyes or something. Yeah. Basically, I was in my bedroom. And then from that reference, I took it to learn, to like kind of practice more drawing of both light, because it had good lighting effect underneath my chin and shit. And then also to get the proportions right. But so it's kind of smart to always do reference drawings. So if you feel like your anatomy isn't on point, or you want to perfect it more, and also the proportions, do reference drawings and gesture drawings. And gesture drawings also help to get the flow. Like for example, oh, I'm drawing this, this is gonna look so bad, but like just hang with me. Like this character that like has like a flowy, like ballet dancers, amazing to take inspiration from. Oh, tutu, like the tutu, like you get what I mean. So that is kind of the thing that I would suggest, or use references. Now onwards, before I drew like really long necks, like this, and then down. It looks like an alien. Like maybe to some it will like, oh, it looks good, but if you look at a real human, your neck is more like this. The neck is more like this. And the neck doesn't go like this. No. You have a collarbone. And depending on how much muscle you have, you will have either like this. This will make it look like more of a muscly person. And this tends to be for more skinny and feminine. Tends to go. Of course, you have myself. I don't have a neck that goes like this and like, ooh, look at my muscles. I don't have a neck like that. I have more of a soft neck that goes like this. And I actually do have a tall neck. I was called giraffe before because my neck was long. Like, no, it was ostrich. I was called ostrich because I had a long neck when I stretched it. And that was just my genes, you know. But at least. So, and then you have the width of the shoulders. And the shoulders, it's not like your body, it doesn't go like this. Like you have definition of muscle. And usually, and then it goes out here because then you have the short, yeah. Bicep, the tricep, and all the shit. I know, it's amazing. So, also, now I just did what you're not supposed to do. I just dropped the outline. But what I tend to do is, like, for the spine, like, oh, I want him to have more of a straight posture. This guy is not, okay, let's say it's a girl. Because then we can implement boobies. Yeah, it's a girl, yeah. And then you have the chest, like, oh, I don't know the exact English word for it. The torso. I would usually either draw a circle, or like I do here, half a circle with like this indentation of, here it stops. Usually go further down, like you have, it's just, it won't be 100% anatomically correct because I haven't done any reference drawing for a few weeks, which is a no-no. I should do more, but at least. And then I would try to do like one for, this is the belly, here you would have the navel, I think it's called in English, and then for a guy you would maybe just draw like this, like the muscle, and then have the nipples here, and then depending on how skinny or not the guy is, you would have these, and then because guys don't have like these luscious and beautiful hips, they have more like, so draw it more down. And as you can already see, this will be like the body will be too long because I drew this hip bone too far down, so it should have been more like in here. So this is a really skinny guy, and yeah, then you would have, I can't really draw the penis right now because this is gonna go up on YouTube, and I don't want to have like problems with this is restricted to adults because there's a penis in there, even though a penis is completely normal. Like, everyone knows what it looks like, everyone has seen one, and if you don't and you're really young, you should know about a penis. Like, as long as, like, if you don't draw porn, I don't see the problem in drawing a naked body, to be honest. So then you will have this kind of leg thingy, and I would have drawn them maybe like this, but I tend to, you saw me now that I drew, I made kind of the outline, and then when I drew this, instead of drawing the hip bone, and then this is the torso, and then having points like this, I like to draw the outline, and then I put like the knee, and then flesh it in. But that's just my personal way of drawing legs. Like, you can, whatever floats your boat, and it's important that you find what way works well for you. So to me, I found out that fleshing it out like this works better for me. So already you can see this is more of a masculine type. This is more of like, this shape is more of a box. Of course, you could have drawn the character with more, okay, let's just copy this. Here, you know. Let's just copy this. Of course, I could have drawn this character with more of a muscly type with a whole V body situation going on. And that was a little bit too big. Like, we don't want to go overboard. So it's all about finding out what looks good, and then when you draw more of the V shape, you think about, there's a triangle, so what would happen? And you can also choose to make the like general curve either to the spine, or sometimes I like to make it like this is the rib cage kind of big part, then the nipples, then you would have the rib cage go in, and then this, and then from the back more like this shape, and then yeah, this is from a side view. Okay, it looks really bad right now because I rushed it, but you get my point. You just enlarge and exaggerate what parts should be bigger and what should be smaller. And then with this guy now, you can start by either, if you like the pun, like the, this is a part. You can go ahead and do that. I do that sometimes, but I tend to feel like it gets stiff. So I like to maybe go like this and then do a move like this to kind of get more flow. I tend to also enjoy, instead of drawing like this, I just do like this. And then I know that, oh, I want to follow that line to get more of a flowy feel to what I'm drawing. And then I just flesh it in, add muscle, add fat, add whatever, and then you just, with the hand, I tend to draw like this box kind of thing. I think here you go out, here you have the round part, here you will have the thumb, then maybe here will be that part, and behind you have the first finger, the second one. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. That hand's too big, but yeah. So let's just leave it open. So I don't have decided yet what shape I want it to have. Continue fleshing in, and just, yeah, sometimes it's easy to make a hand where you just do like this. This is the thumb, the long finger, and the rest of the fingers behind. Like, okay, that, I didn't think of what I was doing. For example, if you're holding something, and you go like this. Yeah, that didn't look good, I'm sorry. It's performance anxiety, I don't know, it's not anxiety, but okay, let's go back to this character. Whenever we want to go, okay, let's say we want to make this more of a female, then I would have gone for more, oh, I've been drawing on the wrong layer, oh shoot, like this, so let's put it down. Okay, I would have kept the same kind of neck, because it was quite like a skinny. I would maybe soften out the shoulders a little bit more, because it was more of a masculine. Think that on the shoulders, if your shoulder are more this type, it will look more masculine than if it's more soft like this. This is more feminine and this is more masculine. Because of the muscle and like the shape, you tend to have more masculine be like this and feminine be round. Of course, you can have more round masculine types as well, but you will have more of a feminine look. And so I would maybe have rounded out the shoulders a little bit, not too much. Giving it maybe, instead of having too much of a up and down, giving it more of a smooth, like this in and then out. And I like to not have like a bone, like a straight line, so I tend to curve things around. That is more personal preference of what I like to have in the arm. Some find it looking unrealistic and taking away from realism, and some, like myself, I find it giving it more like a soft edge, and I enjoy it a lot. And also you can think about with the hands, they're supposed to, when they're stretched, go to the middle of the thigh approximately. This might be too low, or it's just that I drew his penis too high because this is the thigh and this is her. Yeah. Like, the more you draw humans and use references, the easier it'll get to find out how things should look. And then with the boobs, I tend to draw like this, and depending on, is it a big boobed woman, like old, like bigger, if it's more young, maybe it isn't. It is more firm, and the skin is maybe more tight, so it doesn't hang too much. But boobs, when you stand, a boob won't look like this. This looks more like porn star, silicone. Hey, I stuffed my boob with some hard material so that it like springs out like from the side. A boob won't go like this. Is not a natural boob. Like, nobody, okay, maybe if you have really small boobs, usually boobs, they're like a sack of water, let's say, like a balloon, a water balloon. So instead of going like this, the boob would have gone more like this, having more of a feel like it's hanging, you know? This is without a bra. If you would have a bra, it will maybe go, and then you would have the shoulder part here, then the rest of the rib cage up here with that. Yeah, you get it. So this is more natural looking than this. Of course I just exaggerated that one, but usually when you look at a lot of cartoon stuff, of course if you would have used like a bra, then it's normal. If you use a bra that is like push-up, you will get that feeling. Depends on how much. If the bra is like this, you maybe got more push-up. Then you have to add clothes. If you're drawing a naked body, or someone who doesn't have too much push-up, or if you draw, it depends on the character, it depends on what you have underneath. And if you have a naked person or a character that just has, oh, this flowy material that goes like this, and she is from the medieval, but she has boobs like this, but they didn't have bras back then. It's like, it doesn't make sense. So just pro tip, try to see how actual bodies are instead of interpreting. And then you would have had the ribcage again, but females have more larger hips than men, so you can exaggerate the hips. What I usually do is like I tend to draw like this, and then here this will be like the woo part, and then I like to draw out the legs either like this, so you get broader feeling over here. Of course it depends on also your character, how it's built up. Some I just have like that goes like this, and this might be for, oh, if the legs go in front and the legs go like this goes in the back, the knee part, and like that. Suddenly you have more of a female body than a masculine body. So of course rounder shapes, you see this has more harsh shapes, these are more rounder shapes, and of course you wouldn't have that line there. This is just to help where the things will go. And like here it looks kind of like the leg is pushed forward, so you maybe have more lines like this. Here you would have more like this. So it's all like bending and seeing how things goes. You can adjust things to have a certain feel or look, and yeah. So this is like my type of tutorial about how to draw things. But usually look at references, and also build up your character if you're not confident in how to draw. So for example, why doesn't it work? Oh, of course. So for example, you start with the head, push down here, get this, draw down the neck. Usually it's smart to start with the neck, because I always make this too long. So here I would have drawn it like this, and suddenly the neck is too long. So I think sometimes it's smarter to start with the neck to get a feel, and also maybe flesh out some of the face so that you're happy with the face and the way that it's gonna look. And then you start drawing in the torso, the line of action, and then you have like, if you want, this is the hip bones. I tend to go another way. You have like this, and then legs. Yeah, and also start with circles and build it up. I advise to not, if that's the way of drawing, go for it. But if you find it difficult to get something you like when you just start outlining and like doing the kind of line arty part, and you find that it doesn't look like you want it to, then maybe start giving yourself guides with circles and lines. Like here, instead of doing that, I would have maybe done this. Okay, this one is turned like this. And then I would have pushed this up like this. And then as you can see, it is easier to work around this place and to actually just start with a liner. Yeah, you get what I mean. And also using references, I'm gonna try and find my reference. Here I did put them all. Wait, have patience with me, please. So, for example, is this one okay? This one is okay. So this will be a more exaggerated kind of picture. Okay, so here you would kind of start by looking at this is the face, and I noticed that when I draw from reference, I'm more likely to start outlining rather than building up shapes. But I think that is okay as well, because you learn from it, because it's more about what you learn from drawing with references. It's not, oh, I know now because I made this shape how it is supposed to be. No, you learn from looking at it and drawing it. You learn that, oh, for example, maybe I would have drawn this arm more like this and have this elbow part be here. But now that I've drawn from reference, I can look at my drawing and the reference drawing, and I can adjust my anatomy to be more correct. Like for example here with this lip, then fix out his chin, and then he has more of these wrinkly things. So reference drawing is a guide for you to learn where things should be, and it's like a training for the eye to know this is supposed to be here and this is supposed to be there. And for example, this part and how this muscle part works, like the reference drawing that I showed here. Oh, I saved it. Wait, did I delete it? Oh, I can't save this file. Let's open another file before I... No. I have to save this as tutorial. I kind of just deleted everything without thinking about it. And let's open up this one before I delete it. So here, this is like the face just... I don't like the face. I didn't focus on the face. I focused more on the body and how the body looked. This also I don't like, but of course I haven't shaded or done anything. What I did here was the first drawing I made, it was this body went all the way here before I took the bone up here, and it went more like this and like this, and that was of course wrong. It wasn't correct at all. And so what I did was I looked at the picture and I was like, this space here is closed in, but what I had drawn had an open space like this. And then I looked more like, but here it's a curve like this. The curve isn't like this, it's like this. So I changed it up. And the same here with this. It's supposed to go like here. It's not supposed to go here. So you kind of learn how the body works. It helps you with anatomy. And also if you work on the face it helps, but just guys not look at this monster that I made of a face. Let's just ignore that this ever happened. There, perfect. Amazing. And the feet, beautiful. I love it. So yeah, that is kind of my tips. I'm sorry if this tutorial is out of everywhere. I would say that draw from references. Use reference when you draw. And take pictures of yourself. Like, okay, that sounded narcissistic, but take reference photos of yourself. Okay, no, sorry. do whatever you want. But my tips are: take pictures of what you find inspirational, of poses you like, of things you like. For example, if you want to be better at drawing animals, don't just, oh, I want to draw a dog. Okay, let's do like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and oh, here's the nose. And then you're like, oh, but it doesn't look realistic. And then you're thinking, oh, am I just so bad at drawing? I can't draw animals. I can't draw dogs. I can't do shit. Well, probably because when you draw, you draw what your brain kind of remembers. Like, you have a clear picture of a dog in your head, but it's difficult to translate that to paper. So with reference drawing, you teach your brain a clearer picture of how things work, and you teach your brain better ways to draw and make things look cohesive and natural and good. So if you want to be better at drawing snakes, find pictures of snakes on Google or Pinterest. I advise you to use Pinterest. Pinterest works magical with finding reference photos, and it's easier to make like these pins and this tail. I don't know, but the groups, you can put them into folders, and then you have a lot of pictures that inspire you. I have a Pinterest page where I have a lot of reference drawings and things that I find good to help me draw more easily. But my pro tip is use reference. I have said this 1,000 times during this video, and I'll keep saying it 1,000 times, because it's really important to use reference drawing when you draw and when you want to improve. And I know that a lot of people like to draw manga, like that style, and it's super. Have that style, but work on your anatomy on the side. Always think that, okay, maybe I drew like 4 or 5 manga drawings today. Well, to you, maybe it looks okay, and you're proud and you're happy. Like, yes, it's amazing. You should always be happy about your drawing, but you can always improve. And a lot of like these amazing manga artists that make these animations, they know how to draw a realistic body. They know how to draw things realistically, because for you to be able to draw a good looking anime character or whatever, or cartoon character, you should always know your anatomy, of course you exaggerate the proportions, but it looks good because they know how to draw realistically as well, and they know how anatomy works, they know how everything else also works, and it helps you make drawings that look more like it's more believable. It's not like, oh, this is a two-dimensional character, like it's so easy to see. So it helps making things look good. So I just advise you to always use references, and I don't do it myself. Like, of course, sometimes you just want to draw without using references. But if you're unsure about, if you're trying to draw a hand, and it's the 5th time you're drawing this silly dumb hand, and you get annoyed, then take a damn picture of your own hand in the pose you want, or have a friend take a picture of you in the pose you want, and then use that reference so that your hand looks better. And it doesn't have to be if you want to make a realistic painting. Like, I can use this guy to help me make more of a cartoon style. I just exaggerate the different pieces, but I still got, it's still like this. It looks better because I have used my reference well, and I know how to like convey it into my art style. But I just advise whenever to just draw more, what is it called again? Try to draw realistically as well. Like, have maybe 2 art styles. You have your manga drawings, and then you have the type where you try to draw realistically to learn anatomy, to learn different poses, and to proportions. So this is my tips for you. Also, if you're drawing, don't just do this and 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 this. Like, of course, if you want to do it, just do it. I'm not shaming anyone that does it. I'm just saying that if you find it difficult and you want a tip, try to use shapes. Break the body down to simple shapes. The same with animals and objects. If you have a cupboard, start with a square, flesh it out, and then you can start, oh, but the square has kind of this inward going thing, then you can do that. Oh, and it also has more like, on this side, it's easier to start with a square and then cut out of it and form it and then find everything. Yeah, simple shapes and then build the top of it is my tips. Sorry if this is really everywhere. It's just, I'm really bad at doing this. Hope you enjoyed though. Have a great evening or night or morning, and like and subscribe. I try to put out more videos. Tell me in the comments if you want more videos like this. I want to try to make a setup so that maybe I can stream so you can see my face if somebody would like that. Also, if I would also try to make more traditional paintings or drawings, but the setup is kind of annoying and it's easier to make these digital drawings, so we'll see about that. But either way, hope you have a wonderful evening, night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll see you the next video. Goodbye.